Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to this week's Weekly Energy Boost. My name is Elisheva, and I am here with Eitan Yardeni, and we are here to talk about how to grow your capacity to receive blessings. After going through a very tumultuous, I would say maybe even 6 weeks, we're now leveling out and really have the opportunity in these next 6 weeks to prepare our vessel, which is Kabbalah speak for prepare ourselves, our ability to receive new blessings for the coming year, which again, we're going to focus every week on a little piece of that journey. But just being that today, Monday, is the full moon of the month of Leo, we talked about it in last week's episodes. The gift of today, it really, one of the gifts is that it begins the 6-week journey as to wrap up the energy of the closing year on the Kabbalistic calendar, which is how we prepare ourselves to receive the energy and the light we're going to need for the coming year. And that's one of the reasons that this week's energy is always, every year, beginning the 6-week build up to the Kabbalistic New Year is always going to involve a focus on gratitude, appreciation, generating and cultivating a fortunate mindset, which according to Kabbalah is the way that we increase our capacity to receive more in life. Weekly Energy Boost is a 7-day spiritual weather forecast where we provide our listeners with the most powerful and practical tools to navigate the coming 7 days. We do that by poring over the wisdom of Kabbalah and handpicking the most powerful wisdom tools, as well as stories from our own lives and students' lives to help you take advantage of the opportunities and watch out for the potential challenges of this week, which ends up lending itself to an episode filled with lessons you can use anytime, any week, any year of your life. And that's why this week we're focusing on one of, I think it might make some people even roll their eyes, the idea of gratitude and appreciation. It's maybe talked about too much in a way, but at the same time, it cannot be underscored enough, because it is the thing that is so easy, at least in human nature, to drop off of our priority list. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the universe is set up so that we have reminders to be grateful, to appreciate. Usually those reminders come in the form of loss or potential loss or fear of loss. And the Kabbalists teach us the wisdom and tools to get ahead of needing to lose something in order to appreciate it. So today we're excited to share with you how to expand that container for goodness and for blessings, not in a reactive way because we're worried we're going to lose something, but in an expansive and conscious and intentional way. Eitan, where do you want to begin?
Yeah, thank you, Elisheva. While this is maybe the lesson of this week, how to expand our capacity to receive more blessings through gratitude, this is a practice that all of us needs to expand on and to grow every day of our life. So, the two perspectives. Perspective as us, as people, we call it the vessel, the way I see, perceive reality. And there's the perspective of the source of all good, which is the creator, or as Kabbalistically we call it the light force. While the light is infinite and boundless with blessings, with wisdom, with abundance, with joy, we are finite in our experiences of the light. So in this world of time and process, the light nature, the source intention is to gradually allow us to experience more of this boundless energy, more love, more miracles, more joy, more creativity, more magic. So how come we don't always expand on experiencing the blessing? Very often we go into a cyclical process. I have more, I have less. Things seem to be promising, not so much. I feel connected, I feel less connected. Spiritually, physically, in relationship. And one of the fundamental lessons to truly expand my vessel, my capacity, open my heart to allow greater blessing in my life for the greater good, because Kabbalistically we're learning the concept. More blessing I'm allowing in my life, especially when I have appreciation and gratitude and humility when I'm approaching this blessing, more blessing I can give to others. So the main tool is expanding gratitude. Let's get deeper to understand what does it mean. We know Kabbalistically, you receive what you are. Like attracts like. The spiritual law called similarity of form. You want more light in your life? Be, think, project more light. In a very simple level, there are two types of extreme situations in our life. Abundance and lack. If you really think all day long, all emotions are divided to two types of emotions. I feel blessed, fortunate, I feel lack. I feel less than, I feel more. I feel in the flow, I feel stuck. I feel pain, I feel pleasure. More I'm able to have the attitude of appreciating, feeling every little moment of abundance, of blessings, of a lot, of what a gift in my life. More I'm feeling it, believing it, that I'm actually being blessed with a gift right now. That energy of abundance attracts abundance. Like attracts like. If I'm focusing on what I'm lacking, what I'm missing, of course, part of my life, I need to see what needs improvement. But I need to make sure that before my mind and my heart are tuned to energy of gratitude, of an appreciation. And what is really gratitude, Kabbalistically? The gift of this present moment was given to me by the source itself, the light force of the Creator, which is a universal force, but at the same time caring about me right now, giving me love through a great idea that I just got, giving me love through a moment of inspiration, giving me love by the beautiful interaction with my friend, my soulmate, a child, giving me my love by allowing myself to feel the beauty of this flower in front of me, giving me love, but allowing myself to feel right now the health of my heart, of my liver, of my lungs, giving me love that right now in this very second, I can watch this podcast or I can share wisdom. The love of the Creator towards us, it is constant. Am I paused to acknowledge it, to feel it, to get deeper into my heart, to realize it is a gift, it's unearned. I could never earn it. Not just to know it intellectually, to feel it. Because when there's awareness and follow with feelings, wow, I'm blessed right now. The combination of the thoughts and the feelings in my natural instinct projecting that gratitude makes me, number one, makes me joyful and in a state of gratitude and curious and open, and I'm becoming a vessel for more of the miracles, of the magic of the Creator in my life. So to you, Elisheva, because soon I would like to share even the deep Kabbalistic technology behind why it's so essential to plant as many seeds of gratitude during the course of a day.
Well, I want to call something out. I think it's one of the more subtle barriers to existing in a greater state of gratitude and appreciation. And that is the perception that people give me things. People do things for me. That anything that I receive from another human being is between me and them. And as the words come out of my mouth, I want to make sure that everyone understands. I'm not saying you shouldn't say thank you to the person who, makes your latte at your favorite coffee store, or to your mail carrier, or that you shouldn't be grateful that you're surrounded by loving, caring friends and family, and that you shouldn't express or feel gratitude for them. But my admission or my accusation for all of us is that sometimes we allow our perception that somebody did me a favor, or that somebody was kind to me, or I owe someone something. That perception subtly breaks down our awareness that everything in my life comes from the light of the Creator. Now, did somebody bake me apple pie and bring it over to my house the other day? That may be, but the source of the apple pie, or the source of the bonus that I just got, or the source of the the refinished building that I live in, newly renovated apartment I live in, or all of the things that we might look around and say, I feel so fortunate, I feel so blessed. Even again, the cast of characters in our movie, the people that we feel fortunate to know, to love, to be loved by, to learn from, all of that is orchestrated by the light of the Creator. And the more that we put dependence on human beings, the more we limit our capacity to receive blessings. It sounds so, okay, of course, Elisheva, the light is the source of all goodness. We know it intellectually, but we behave otherwise. When we're up for that bonus or that promotion, we're worried about how we look, what we're going to say, how we're going to come off. We don't want to make a mistake. We get obsessed with the physical details, right? Anytime we are asking for something from another human being, it's always easy to worry, how am I going to sound? How am I going to look? I don't want to be too... When we step back and we realize whether or not I get the bonus or the promotion, it may look like it's in the decision, in the mind of a human being, but whether or not I deserve increased prosperity in my life, it's not between me and another person. It's not between me and a company. It's not between me and the economy. It is between me and the light force of the Creator, right? If I am blessed to be able to treat a friend to a lunch date, they don't owe me, right? It's not that next time they'll get it. It's that I am blessed with the ability to take care of others, to be kind and generous because of the light of the Creator, not because of any individual human being or collective group of human beings. And the more we focus on, again, it's natural. Yes, you should still say thank you and feel gratitude and appreciation on a horizontal level. But the reality is, and the Kabbalists are so, I want to say the word redundant, right? Every other page in Kabbalistic writings goes back to this idea that the Creator is the source of the idea. Who put the idea in your friend's mind to offer you X help or gift or kindness? The Creator put that idea in their mind. Their soul broadcasted the potential to share with you. And whether they listened to it or not, yes, it was their choice. But the source of the choice is the light of the Creator. And when you open your perspective to that depth and breadth, that it is all, even though the Creator needs to hire individuals, doesn't need to, chooses to hire individuals to execute the goodness, it all has one source. And when you remind yourself of that on a daily basis, that I don't want to think that my goodness is coming from a flesh and blood. I want to remember always the true source of all of my blessings. It actually is easier to maintain that feeling of gratitude because you're also focusing on not only am I receiving all this goodness from the infinite source of the light of the creator, but all 7 billion of the people on the planet are drawing from that source. And that network, how amazing the universe is, that every little person is being taken care of or has the potential to be taken care of in the same way by the same force. All those moving pieces and parts of this amazing machinery of the universe is at work constantly. And how blessed I am to receive goodness from that source directly, even though it may look like in any given moment there's a human being who's pushing the buttons. It's always the original source. And strengthening that consciousness actually makes it easier to maintain that energy, that mindset, that awareness, and that vibration of gratitude that attracts more blessings and more blessings and more blessings. So why is this so important, Eitan? What's the secret behind it?
First, I love that concept that while, of course, we need to be gracious towards other people and never forget the good that they've done, but it's so important to know that the source of all good is the light. And why it's so important? Because the light is endless. And when you know the light is endless, you know there's endless possibilities and there's endless potentials. Endless can come. Because one of our biggest problems in our life, we perceive ourselves limited. More I appreciate the endless source and more I see the little details of how great is that source in my life, more I'll be open and attract the unlimited possibilities. Now, why is it so important? First, to say, as far as practical practice, what I recommend for everyone, look at areas in your life that you feel more lack than abundance. Certain relationship, finance, health. Beside the fact
you're saying that where you, Eitan, I'm sorry, where you feel lack versus
would you
abundance.
feel more lack
Got it. Okay.
than abundance, than appreciation.
Got it.
The relationship is not the way I would like them to be. One of the main reasons you feel like maybe there's other lessons, there's other tikkuns, but one of the main reasons I'm lacking consciousness of appreciation in this area in my life. One of the main breakdown of even relationships between two people that were in love, and for some reason this deterioration of this relationship, because there's a loss of appreciation of the gift of the other person that was channeled by the light of the Creator. And I'm starting to focus what's lacking in the other person. And as a result, my heart is closed. I'm protecting myself. I'm judging. How do I open my heart to the blessing of this relationship, to the blessing of the work, to the blessing of my body? Because the healing attributes of the body are within. Focused on the blessings that already right now available. Don't be fooled by the voice of the opponent. I will have more appreciation and happiness when this and this will happen. Focus on the blessing that's available now, the goodness of your partner that's available now, the goodness of the finance and the talents that you have now, the great work that you do already right now, the miracles that's surrounding you right now. But it's not just general, once a day. Ultimately, the question is, how many moments during the course of the day, the beginning of the day, after something good happened, after you had an amazing conversation, you pause, thank you, the light, for allowing me to have this flow of thoughts and words, amazing connection with someone, new realization, creative idea. How many times during the course of the day you say, pause, appreciate. Appreciative thoughts and appreciating feelings. Why is it important? Let's look at traumas. We know that the science behind psychology tells us that traumas is basically memories and feelings from the past that, as long as I didn't take care to maybe cleanse them, they're stored in me. And basically, in Kabbalistic language, is past perception, which still exists within me. The time something was bad, I was not protected, I was not blessed, and I was not safe, and I was alone. And as a result, in that area in my life, it's a seed of the light of the Creator wasn't with me. And we know, based on research today, as long as you keep these memories and perception of trauma from your past, it still exists in your present. And those memories keep attracting similar situations. Lack of light. Perception of lack of light attracts lack of light, attracts fears, attracts situations that will repeat the same pain that I went through, or causing me to be very defensive about this pain by closing my heart, by separating myself, by being afraid of abandonance, by not daring enough, but shoving feeling inside. So psychologically and spiritually, we would like to learn to reframe this past experience and to realize the light was with me, but there's a greater, deeper lessons. So basically, those memories of traumas attract constantly challenges into my life. What is gratitude and appreciation? Is memories of light. How many memories of light do you store in your mind, in your heart, in the cells of your body every day? Because of more of them you plant and you store, more of them you'll attract. Memories becomes present realities. So it's so essential. It's so essential. While we deal in a world of lack and challenges, by the way, Kabbalistically, the highest level of appreciation is thank the light for challenges. That's the highest level, which we're not going to talk now about. But it's so essential to plant in our garden, which is in our heart, seeds of appreciation. The light is with me. The light's watching my back. The light is protecting me. The light is giving me magic and flow and unexpected miracles in my life. When you have enough of that, you open with gratitude and appreciation and you attract more of those into your life.
It reminds me of a teaching, every time we have an episode where we talk about blessings and goodness and we get anywhere near this topic of appreciation, we always hear from listeners who are saying, well, they're in the middle of a horrible court case, or they're in the middle of a horrible divorce, or they're, one of their loved ones is in hospice, and how can that be a blessing? And I think it's important to mention, right, not going even to the place of blessing the challenges or appreciating the challenges, but recognizing how easy it is when there is a challenge to lose focus on the blessings. That's really the work in those times, is not to, we're not sadistic, right? Nobody's saying you should get excited about losing a loved one, but in the midst of going through that difficult challenge, to not forget the blessings. I actually read, somebody posted, I don't even remember when, something that it just was one line. It said, this morning I opened 2 gifts, and it had, : my eyes. that in the craziness of living in 2024, it's very easy to be distracted by the darkness, to be distracted by what isn't, to be distracted, even to have your energy go towards something that you might not necessarily choose to have in your life, but definitely needs your energy and attention. That the way to diminish the power of the challenge in that time is to also take time, as Eitan was saying, to pause throughout the day and to appreciate the goodness, to appreciate the blessings, to appreciate your health or your abilities, not to let the darkness or the challenge overshadow the abundance of light that exists simultaneously while the challenge is happening. And by focusing more, not pretending the challenge doesn't exist, but by focusing more attention, energy, consciousness on the light and the appreciation for the blessings, we diminish the force of the challenge in our lives. So it's good business no matter what the situation is, whether it's all good and you have nothing to complain about, or if you do have something to complain about, right? If there is something that's weighing you down, no matter what the situation, the feeling fortunate and planting those seeds of appreciation throughout the day, it's about shifting your energy and shifting your capacity to hold even more goodness no matter what you're facing or you're up against in any given situation. And I think that's a genuine situation that a lot of people face, is that when things are good, yes, they're writing in their gratitude journal and everything is amazing and they feel so blessed. But when they don't feel blessed, when they feel burdened or challenged or attacked, part of the work is to maintain the gratitude for what still is along the road of navigating the challenge. I think on that note, if we focus on the work, which is really, again, to summarize, recognizing those areas of our life where we experience lack and identifying or acknowledging that the root of the lack is actually lack of appreciation, beginning to generate and to foster appreciation, whether it's in a relationship, it's in a lack of relationship, it's at work, it's in family, health, doesn't matter, to really expose the areas in life where you're not experiencing the fulfillment you desire and bringing a practice of gratitude and appreciation there. And also, I mean, I would even go so far as to say, set an alarm on your phone this week. Every hour, every 30 minutes, every 2 hours, have an alarm go off that says pause to appreciate something. If it's not natural for you to pause after every meeting or every email or every couple hours, train yourself to have those moments throughout the day, which will naturally raise your vibration and your perception and your awareness of the blessings. And again, cause that like attracts like phenomenon to take over, creating even greater blessings and greater capacity for blessings moving forward. Weekly Energy Boost is available on all podcast platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can follow us on social media to have even more support in living these concepts during the week, more inspiration, more suggestions. You can also visit our website, weeklyenergyboost.com, where you can learn more about what we think is important for our listeners to know. You can also click the donate button and support the distribution and production of our podcast. But the most helpful thing you can do, really more than anything, is to share this episode. The more people doing this work together, taking advantage of the opportunity, is not only the better they will be as individuals, but the better the world will be for it. And we'll see you next week on Weekly Energy Boost.